Welcome to Cackling in the Void.
My name's Ashley.
And my name is Kaylee.
Let's see if the void echoes back today.
We are two best friends diving deeper into Stranger Things Season 5. Yes, I did have a voice crack because it is fucking early. I'm sorry. The winter weather here is causing my allergies to flare because it's been so sunny.
Yeah, us, it's just in the negatives now. It's like -9.
Yeah. Oh, the life.
I might die. It's okay.
It's okay. Global warming is really affecting our weather.
It's so weird this year.
Mm-hmm. I mean, did you hear that? Sad fact. But did you hear that last year was that the polar bear death increased? Like the polar bear cubs increased because they got too cold.
Yeah.
Not because it's actually freezing up there, but because the ice is melting and the polar bears hunt on the ice, like, cracks. And so the moms jump across with their babies, but then the babies can't jump that far, so they swim around in the Arctic Ocean, and then they get out, and then they freeze.
Freeze to death, yeah.
Yeah, because they're in there a little too long. And I'm like, damn, we're killing polar bears. Also, we're killing the penguins.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, god damn it. Also, did you hear? Sorry, so off track. Never mind. Back to Stranger Things.
Well, now I want to know what you were gonna say.
Well, I was gonna say, I was like, did you hear how much fossil fuels, different types of gas, and like energy pollution that AI is like making?
It's so bad.
Like that AI has like destroyed like more parts of the rainforest than we have within 2 years of existence.
Yeah, it's
like
insane.
That's crazy to me.
It's insane.
Yeah. So
it's wild. I mean, like, how? It's fucking dumb. So dumb.
Yeah. Also, like, I'm like, by now, shouldn't these like tech geniuses have made more of a sustainable way to have tech? Like,
literally. And it's the dumb. It's so dumb.
I don't know. But also, once again, I'm not a scientist. It's not like I'm
really.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? But I'm
I
just saying.
think we're scientists. I think we're that smart.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
God, imagine we'd be literal menaces. We are already menaces.
Yeah,
I don't
think
it would not be great.
I don't think it would work out.
No, neither do I. I don't think we'd have fun.
I think we would have a lot of fun. I don't think the people around us would have as much fun.
That's for me and you. Look, it's moving.
Yeah, I just feel like if we were, no. I just don't think that it would. I think other people would not like us, and I think that we would be like banned from the community very early on in our careers.
Because we'd like see something and be like
just
like
for experimental shit.
Yeah, be like, hey, you want to put these two things together? It's like, well, aren't those supposed to do this thing? And we're like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. What if it changes this time?
Mm-hmm. But if we add this other component, it might be different.
It might be different. Or it's the, like the ball, like the swinging ball, or if like you hit it, it hits one and then the other one goes, and I was just staring at it like, look. Wow. And that's why we have a podcast, so we could do these things without being in a scientific environment.
Yes.
We experiment with words and share our knowledge with other people.
Yes, Ashley. That is
I am smart.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Be proud of me.
You're very correct. But jumping back in, Stranger Things Season 5 was definitely interesting.
We did rewatch it, so we have seen it twice.
Yeah, we did rewatch it. We have seen it twice. It was not better the second time around.
It wasn't. I feel like my opinion same. Stayed the same. Yeah, I don't think the only thing that I noticed kind of going, wow, like, that was frustrating is also big spoilers throughout this entire season. Like, the series finale. Just putting it out there, just in case you haven't seen it. Just wanted to say it. I thought, and I know Kaylee and I, we were talking about this, I really think that they kept, like, baiting us of, like, ooh, look, she's gonna die. Ooh, look, he's gonna die. Ooh, look, they're gonna die. And then just going, nope, nope, nope. Like, it felt very, and it's like, obviously, we know they're not gonna die because blank, blank, and blank. It's like, logically, you know why, but it's emotionally, I felt like they were just trying to, like, bait us into being like, oh my god, no! And then, like, pulling it back, and oh my god! And then, like, it felt very, like, they were teasing death with, like, like, I can name multiple characters.
Yeah, so Ashley has brought up this point, and I'm like, I don't know if there was that, like, I guess maybe I just, as a viewer, was not super concerned, because I mean, knew how much plot armor there was. For sure. So even, like, emotionally, I felt like I wasn't nearly as invested that they were gonna die. I was more invested in the conversation that they were having before. So, for instance, like, Nancy and Jonathan.
I love that scene. I do like that scene.
I don't count that one as, like, a fake out death, because that one's kind of obvious that it'll eventually. But it's technically, like Steve Steve on the tower. Steve on the tower. Holly falling. Nancy. We need to talk about the Holly dying then. I know. Let's talk about that one, because
I was saying, and then, like, Nancy getting cornered in the cave with the thing. Like, I just feel like they were very much trying, and it's as a viewer, I knew they had plot armor, like, so I didn't really get emotional over it. It was just like how this was done and how things are kind of playing out. It looks like you were trying to give us, like, oh my god, who's gonna die, and then no one dies, like, it's look, it's gonna be them, it's gonna be them, it's gonna be them, it's gonna be them, and then they don't die. So it's just like, I felt like they were very much trying to do that.
I mean, here's the thing, is I don't know if they were specifically trying to do that, but within all types of TV shows, especially thriller TV shows, they have a formula of the way that things are cut.
Oh, for sure.
And, like, it makes obvious sense to leave it on a quote-unquote cliffhanger.
Yes.
For the next episode. For instance, when Holly was falling, Ashley was like, oh, why didn't she just, like, splat on the ground?
Well, no.
Like, and me being like, I don't understand.
No. So,
yeah, just explain it for a second.
Done and framed and, like, everything. So she's falling. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Nancy runs out and sees this. And then the episode ends and it goes to the next episode. Mm-hmm. And obviously we see it kind of starts with her falling, then it goes to another scene, so we don't see what happens, and then Mike comes and sees Nancy and is like, oh my god, where's Holly? And Nancy's just, like, so distraught, and, like, just how it was done, and, like, how it was, like, just how long it kind of took her to, like, say something too. It kind of felt like it was like, oh, like, did we kill off, like, did we do it? Did we kill them? Like, like, it was very, like, it felt like it was do that.
Yeah, for me, it did not feel like that, because when they did the cut scene for Holly and then the opening for the next one, it just felt like a recap.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Like, we were just recapping
it. Was more
like,
of
the
Nancy
ending
and
of
Mike's conversation.
Well, Mike didn't really have, like, a large conversation with Nancy, like, in the Upside Down about it.
No. But it was just like how.
Are you talking about the one in the hospital?
No, the one where right after the Holly thing.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen until, like, a little bit later. So in the storyline, so it'd be okay. I feel like it's justified that Nancy took a little bit longer to respond, but
That's
also
fair.
Once again, it is the way that they're cutting it.
Yes.
Like
it's the way it's
this isn't necessarily
and,
an actor's choice.
No.
This is an editor's choice, which is very
This is fully
different.
an editor's choice. Yes.
Because, like, this is the way that it's edited.
Yes.
Because
I agree
it's
with this.
edited within a formulaic pattern.
Yes.
Because it's a thriller. So it's like for me, I'm like, it's like when you watch cop shows.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they have a formula.
Oh, for sure.
You like the opening scene, the murder occurs. Mm-hmm. It's like the flashback of the murder occurs. And then it's the flash forward to the police officer getting out of bed drunk because he like hooked up with his coworker.
Yeah.
And, you know, like crawling into the thing and is being awkward because he's, you know, emotionally unavailable and just cannot be bothered with love, even though he loves her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the
that's
formulaic
thing,
it's a formulaic
I agree
thing.
with
It's a very much an edited thing. But I can understand, like, how you feel that way and why people would be upset that, like, they didn't kill anybody off. I personally kind of just felt like they weren't going to. And technically,
I mean, I literally
they did kill somebody off.
Technically, I literally
they killed Collie off, and they killed Elle.
Yeah,
Elle's no longer there.
Literally went in, starting the season, saying they're not going to kill anybody off. The only one I could see maybe getting killed off is Elle. And you know, we get to the end of the episode right before the epilogue, and I literally was like, I know it. Like, I was like, ah,
yeah,
give me the pain. It's like,
honestly, I also just felt like this season overall was very like jigsaw pieced together, like one at a time. Like they didn't like. It is very well known that they didn't have the episodes finished.
Yeah. Before
they started filming. Also, there's a very interesting theory about the like documentary and why it is like that. Because technically the Duffer Brothers would like to leave Netflix, and I guess they signed a contract with Paramount to direct, because they want to do movies instead of TV shows now. And they've been saying that they really want to do movies. Yeah. But a lot of people are saying because technically the Duffer Brothers were not part or directed any part of the documentary series. So Netflix basically did that kind of to be like, hey, they're not really great writers. They don't really know what they're doing, and Paramount's making a fucking mistake and trying to like make their careers a little less than, so that because if you really think about it, the Duffer Brothers are kind of like Netflix's Golden Boys when it comes to sci-fi. And
for sure.
I'm not going to lie about it. I think Stranger Things is going to be Netflix's biggest show for decades.
I mean, I don't think it's its biggest show.
Really? You don't think that it's their biggest show?
I looked this up recently, actually.
Like, I think their biggest shows is gonna be the One Piece live action. I know that sounds crazy. The One Piece live action, Stranger Things. Half of me really wants it to be BoJack, but I don't know if a lot of people love BoJack as much as I do. But like in terms of like sci-fi, because I know it's gonna sound really bad.
It's a toss-up between Squid Game and Stranger Things.
Yeah. But technically, Squid Games is Netflix Korea.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about
Stranger Things is ahead of it because there's more seasons. So there is more views, but Squid Game had a bigger
audience
because
it had more of a global appeal.
Yeah.
So if we're just talking about here in the in the United States, like we're talking, you know, the Duffer Brothers did make Netflix's highest grossing series.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay,
and
so the most popular Netflix television series based on views: Squid Game Season 1, Wednesday Season 1, Squid Game Season 2 and 3, Adolescence, Stranger Things Season 4, Stranger Things Season 5.
Adolescence was so good.
I'm
going to be really honest about it. I'm going to like side tangent for a second. People need to watch that show. That show was absolutely amazing. It was really good. It's a one shot. The whole fucking thing is a one shot, and it was like, oh god,
really,
it was really good.
Oh
like,
my gosh,
the acting in it is phenomenal. That kid does such a great fucking job. Number one. Number two, I think it sheds a lot of light on some really big, scary things that are happening within our youth and within our community, and even globally what's happening within the youth and in the communities over there too, because technically adolescence is set in the UK. So it is like, quote unquote, a British show. But
yeah, but how interesting that, like, I mean, Squid Game is literally not even in the top 5 for the most viewed.
Yes. Yeah, Stranger Things is not. But
which is really interesting. But
here
it's
in the
Netflix's
United States,
baby. This is just views altogether.
Yeah.
Views
just
everywhere.
views altogether.
Views
but
altogether.
Isn't it interesting? Because for some reason I can definitely see a company trying to do that. I can absolutely see Netflix
no,
doing
I'm not
that.
doubting that.
And so that's the thing, is like it's interesting to see,
and it's also,
because
it is like Netflix loves Stranger Things. Like, it is.
Oh yeah.
It's like you said, like it's its baby. I'm not denying that for sure.
Yeah. Because,
yeah.
and it's also like it's one of those things where it's like that's technically the company that like made their name.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting that this company is like releasing a documentary that, you know, the Duffer Brothers has no control over and no nothing and like anything over, and it just made them look really bad.
Yeah. Not great.
And it's also just like one of those things where it's like they already signed the contract. They're already going to start like making like other ideas and like more original movies, because that's why they did it, because Netflix didn't want them. Supposedly they weren't as receptive to the big ideas that they had.
Interesting.
Don't know what that means, but that's what that means, I guess.
Yeah. But the other, I'll say my problem with season 5 at the end.
I mean,
stay tuned. I do have a problem.
It is one of those things where it's like I do think that season 5 was the weakest out of the seasons, because it just seemed, once again, you could kind of tell that it was like hodgepodge together. That was like the big thing. Although they did have like a bigger budget, so that a lot of the action scenes were really cool.
Yes, I agree with that. And it's the CGI was great. Like the monster at the end was great. Really cool.
The monster at the end was really cool. I like how it was like, you know, the hand like first and then it like spread out into the monster. Cool. I was like, that's like, all of that was really cool.
I do think the actors did a great job.
Yes, I think the actors did a great job with the tools that they were given.
But the scene when Max and Lucas see each other for the first time. Oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie, Max and Lucas are like my favorite like
couple.
Yeah, definitely my favorite couple.
I do, and it's like, even when she was like, and he was like, "Are you tired of running up that hill? Like, tired of it yet?" And she's like, "No." And
no.
Then are you? And he's like, "Yes, dear God."
like he just shakes his head. Yes, like
oh my gosh,
tired
how
of it.
Excited.
I mean, I know a lot of people were kind of upset that she didn't wake up blind.
Interesting.
Were you?
I remember going, "Huh? Wasn't she supposed to be blind?" Like,
it was like
I was like, interesting. But
yeah.
Also, was it like a thing where it was like, oh, her body had 2 years to recover, and maybe it was something she could have recovered from just by resting for 2 years.
That's true. Yeah, she was in a coma for a hot second.
Hot second.
But it's also one of those things where it's like I know a lot of people had issues because like Max's mom was not there at all.
Yep.
I also just think that reunion was so nice, and then it was kind of nice to see like Robin get like a little makeup moment with Vicky, if that makes sense, because like through this season, the one thing that I did like about the season was they were much more open about a Robin sexuality and Will's sexuality. We'll talk about his coming out scene in a second.
I love his relationship with Robin in this season. I think it's really, I was gonna say, really great. I really have no notes for Robin.
I was like, for me, I think that Robin's character did do the best that she could have, once again, with the material that was given to her. And I know that a lot of people really did not like Robin in this season. They thought like she was just a little bit more mundane and like dumb, basically. Like the thing was like lobotomy Robin, and I was like, I don't know. I don't agree. I personally think that, once again, the actress did the best that she could with the materials that she was given. Number one. Number two, I think that it was nice to see that Robin could formalize a plan on her own. I think that it was nice that, even though Robin is like very much a spaz, could still take charge and like encourage people and have a relationship with the group, even though she just joined basically the cast last year, because she was only in season 4.
She's in season 3.
She's in the mall season, isn't
that's season 3?
Season 3 is the mall season,
so she's been there for what, 2-3 years at this point. But still, like, she's new.
You're right. Sorry, I was like, wait, hold on, where are we
I will say one thing that I noticed for season 5 as we were like talking, and I was thinking, shocking, I know. I have to sneeze. Ow.
Bless you.
Thank you. Excuse me. One thing that I noticed is it felt very much that, oh God, how do I word this? Each conversation, and it's specifically very, very apparent with Will and Robin, but it's kind of the whole thing. Each conversation just also felt like, oh, we need to say this to move the plot along, rather than it kind of being more of like an authentic undertone, which there were very, like, authentic moments. Like, I know that I loved Steve and Dustin. I did. I loved Steve and Dustin's thing, there's certain moments where I'm like, this conversation feels very, and it's like obviously all like in all technicalities, that's the point. You're like,
I was like, that's kind of the point, is to move the fucking plot along. Like, well, yes, what am I watching if we're not moving the plot along?
No, and I'm not saying that's about. It's just there were certain ways that it was like, I think it was like the script was written where I was like, how interesting that it was like done that way. Yeah, like it felt very like interesting. But I did like Robin helping Will come out. I did like that Will saw Robin kiss Vicky, and that's kind of how like he found out, because even throughout this entire thing, Robin doesn't even come out. Robin is still not like, oh, I am also this, Yeah. But which I actually really like, that like Robin let Will have that moment. Oh, for sure. I do. I really like that.
But I kind of liked how they set that whole thing up about like, oh, maybe I could go talk to them, because Will is still feeling extremely alone in that aspect, Yeah. For sure. Because the only other people around him are like Jonathan, who has a girlfriend, Steve, who is constantly chasing women. Yep. And then the 3 guys that like, are either have girlfriends or are interested in girls. Yep. So, there's nobody else to talk to. Especially that would understand like what's kind of going on, and also being gay in a small town is really different, because I love that Robin even addresses it, where like when Will's like, hey, like, well, Robin brings it up. It's like, hey, did you perhaps like see me and Vicky together at all at the hospital? And she was, and then, obviously he's like, well, no, I mean, blah, blah, blah. And she was, she just openly is like, well, me and Vicky are just really, really good friends, and I don't want anything to happen to her or to me, and I just don't want anybody also to skew our friendship to be anything more. Yep. Like she openly is like, oh, well, we're just really, really good friends. And I'm like, yep, good friends that fucking kiss. Yeah, literally. Because, that's a that's a platonic thing to do for people.
Obviously. But I do love, like, the conversation when they're going to steal the benzos. When he's like, oh, like, how did you know? Like, how did this fall?
Yeah,
like, how did you know she wanted a kiss? And then I love how she's like, I knew it was your goddamn bowl cut.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, they're not popular anymore.
Yeah. I was like, why did he not get a hair update? But it's okay.
It's okay.
He just needed to look like that.
It's okay. But I think... So I really did like... And, like, would you like to talk about the coming out scene now?
Well, I mean, did you have any more thoughts about the bowl cut?
Yeah, he needed a hair update.
Yeah, for sure. But I knew that you didn't bring that up for the bowl cut.
Oh, I liked the conversation, like the conversation they have, and how he is like really like he starts getting really like excited. Like he's like, oh my gosh, like
yeah,
I didn't realize that other people feel this way too, and so.
But it is like, how do you tell?
Like how did you tell? Know? Yeah.
And I like that she's like, oh well, like it was just obvious. And like there was like a lot more like physical touching, there was a lot more like other things like that, and it's interesting because we see, I also just like one of those things where it's like I loved Robin because she openly said, I was in love with Tammy for so long, and then I realized that it wasn't Tammy that I needed to accept me. It was me that needed to accept me for who I was.
Yeah.
And I loved the conversations that she had with Will because I felt like those moments were really well done, very realistic, and very encouraging to a lot of like young people that feel that way,
Yeah. And I do like how she figures out that it's Mike. It's obvious. And
yeah. I loved the little scene where like she noticed, and it's just like it's just a cut to her face. She doesn't say anything. That's it. And then he does the thing, and then Mike's like, okay, and then walks away. I will admit, the actor that plays that plays Mike has a very like nonchalant face sometimes, and it's so good.
It's so good. And it fits his character so well.
I was like, it fits it so well. It's so good. Just like the nonchalant. Okay.
Yeah, and it's also speaking of Mike, I think Mike is at his best in season 5.
In terms of
like being a good person.
Character development
and like being a supportive friend, not just to Elle, but like in general. And like I think he's at his strongest in season 5. And because like throughout the seasons, like he's really working through
really
like,
good conclusion too. Yeah. I think that Mike did grow the most within season 5. I agree with that point.
And it's like because throughout the season, it's very much like Elle, like just focusing on Elle and kind of being a dick to his friends at some points. And then like in season 5, he's really like, and like the conversation with Holly in like the first episode.
Yeah, that was really sweet. Like when he
was like,
gives
oh, like
her
Holly the heroic. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh.
First of all, I'm gonna say it. What a fucking nerd. I'm sorry. I like literally also the fact that he had this, he painted his sister this minifigure and was gonna hold on to it for another couple of years because he openly was like, oh, I wasn't gonna give this to you until you got a little bit older. And I'm like, first of all, really cute, but what a fucking nerd.
What a nerd.
We love him so
what a
much.
Nerd. Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm like, that's so sweet. You painted her a minifigure and you were going to hold on to it for years. And not only did you paint the minifigure, is you carry around that minifigure with you at all times.
I know. Yeah.
I love it. You're so adorable, you cute little fucking nerd.
Literally. It's
yeah, I was like, I do
like
part.
Mike in that season because it's a lot more Elle's not with him, so it's like a lot more friend oriented with him being with his friends. And
than being
really
romantic.
getting back to that season 1
feel
root of like being the friends, but it's also like Elle's not there. Versus season 1. So it's just like I think he went through the strongest character development, and his actor did a good job. I mean, they all did good jobs, but
I mean, I think that there were like big parts of like Mike's performance that I really loved, even like throughout the season, that like was a little bit better written than other parts of the season. I think that it was really interesting for me to see Holly. A lot of people, I don't know, you could tell that it was Vecna right away,
sure.
Correct?
And I do like how it was revealed
I was
basically
like, right?
in episode 1 or 2. Yeah. Oh,
it
for
wasn't
sure.
me.
No, it was very obvious. Also, we skipped past his coming out scene.
We did. Going back, first of all, love Robin. And I love that Will had the courage to come out knowing that that was probably the thing that was holding him back from superpowerdom.
Well, okay, so we get to superpowers in episode 4, and that's when he realizes
but, like, after that, like, to control it better and to like really connect with Vecna, he needed to like himself, so that he had better control over it. Yeah,
because he was like, he showed me an ending where you all hated me, and like, and so he's like, I needed to get this off my chest. Yeah, but
so that ending doesn't happen.
What did you think of his coming out scene?
You liked it.
I thought it was interesting. There were aspects that I liked. I liked the reactions of the other people. Yeah. I liked Jonathan. And how he's just kind of sitting there with a smile, like, because obviously he knew. And it's
he's like really proud of his brother, like,
and how he like starts crying a little bit. I'm like, okay, love that. I love Robin, just sitting there, like, I
like the look that Robin shares with Steve. You know, that very like calm, like, understanding, like the hand.
I do think it's funny how everybody was there.
I mean,
it makes sense. No, it makes sense, but it is funny how, like, I could just imagine Murray just going, okay. Which I love Murray, but that's a different topic. Continue.
Yeah. I liked it. It was, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought his coming out scene was hilarious.
As a gay person.
I was like, as a gay, I don't know.
It was interesting.
First of all, really good for them, like really good for him, just like pumping it out all at once, so you didn't have to have the conversation like 18 different times. Really great. I understand that the timing is odd because the world is ending. But also I did kind of enjoy how he like tried to word it as in like, you know, we like all of the same things, and we really,
I did like that part.
And I'm never gonna stop liking those things, because I know that is like, I don't know, I guess like people's like it happens quite often that people find out your sexuality, and then all of a sudden it's like what do you mean you like the same things as me? You can't like those things because you're gay. And you're like,
what? How do those two things piece together? I'm confused.
Like how does that correlate?
Yeah, no, literally. And so I do like that part. I liked how, and also I will say, Will's actor is so good at like the tears in his eyes at all times. And I'm like, good job. But I do like how it started. And I liked, like I said, like the reaction of.
I thought that some of the reactions were hilarious. Like,
yes.
I honestly
Dustin.
just can't get out of my head. Yeah, like literally you calling me, and then Avery in the back being like, "Has Dustin ever heard of a gay person?" And it's not, there was like
also Avery took a photo of Dustin's face and captioned it. I don't think Dustin's ever heard of a gay person in his life.
It's just like but here's the thing, like back in like the 80s like that, when you're so young, I don't know if they have. Yeah. Actually, though.
Yeah. And like, so his face is just like...
You know? But it's also like there's no way they didn't think about that. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. You need more over this way. Ooh, yeah. That's hilarious. First of all, I love that it's that still.
Dustin has never heard of gay people.
It is like one of those things where it was like but also like how else are you supposed to look in a group scene like that? Like the actor did do a good job. They were showing concern, showing interest. It just, for me, it was just like it was odd timing, and it was kind of funny. Yeah. Like how it all happened, you know?
Yeah. And yeah.
That's kind of it. That's all.
I also think it's really interesting that if you think about it, they've never said the word gay either. Which makes sense for the time.
No, they haven't. He just says, I don't like girls.
Yeah, and then he says, like, I had a crush on he, and like then he says he, but like, so obviously he's gay, but yeah, they don't say it.
Yeah, they don't openly say it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, where did we were going to Vecna. That's where we were going next.
Yeah, because
I have big opinions.
Yeah, Ashley likes Henry more than Vecna.
I do. I think the actor did such a... he's great in both. But
yeah, him
as Henry, because we didn't really spend... Like, we did last season and in season 4, but we didn't get him as, like, human. He is now. You know, like, villain. Like, he was technically villain, but, like, you know what I mean? In season 4. You thought
he was more villain in this last season?
I think, yes. Well... It's interesting because he was playing the nice guy. Whereas, like, but he was doing that in both. That's his tactic. Anyway, I just think that his actor did a phenomenal job. Like, he is so good with Henry and, like, that, like, just that, like, panic that you could see set on his face as he's trying, like, not to, like, blow up with, like, these kids. Yeah. And how he is with the kids is interesting. And, like, how he's a lot more, like, soft and tender with kids. And... how he's like chasing them, and like the scene that really stands out to me is the one where he is in like the cave and like seeing himself and how it all started, and how like he's like moving with the kid, and like just like those tears, and like oh god, I think he did a phenomenal job. And again, he's great as Vecna too, but I feel like Henry is where he really shined.
I think the disconnect for you is probably the amount of facial expression.
I am so here because for subtle facial expressions.
Because you can see more subtle facial expressions when it's not caked under like 10 pounds of FX makeup.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I didn't know that. Thank you, Kaylee.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew.
Wow.
But
and I love
kind
subtle,
of a thing.
I really love subtle like facial expressions. I'm like, wow, look, they shifted. Did anybody else notice that shift?
Yeah, I also just, it's one of those things where it's the Vecna in this season obviously looks different than season 4. And that's because he wasn't wearing a full suit. You know, he just put on the head and the shoulders, and then they CGI'd
and he did have
the
like
rest.
A zip up suit, so like he was in.
Well, yeah,
but like not like the actual. And it's like they made his ribs, because he was shot and stuff too. So like it was like they made his ribs like smaller, and like they kind of
because they CGI'd that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because it was CGI this time, where the last time that you saw him, it was not a lot of CGI. It was all FX makeup.
That's insane.
Yeah, they said that the amount of hours that it took to get him into that was like anywhere between 8 and 12 hours.
Yeah.
And then they still had to go shoot. Me, like, just thinking about that.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So that's like a 24-hour day.
Ugh. I would take a nap.
Yeah, like, I don't know how you do that, but good for them. But that's also why they did it the way that they did it, so that it would take less time.
Yeah.
you know. And also they had like a bigger budget to do the CGI, so like why not, you know?
Exactly.
And also I just think like I understand people are like, oh, the consistency of it is off. Yeah, of course the consistency is off, but also we're seeing more of that world. And I guess I'm like, Vecna was so like damaged in season 4. Like, I mean, he could just be like still regaining his strength. That's why he's not as plump.
Exactly.
Okay? But also, I liked Vecna and I liked Henry. I think that they were both really, really good. I think the actor does a phenomenal job, and I'm very excited to see him play more villains in the future because I think he's going to.
Oh, for sure. I
think him and Bill Skarsgård are going to be really big monster feature creature men, and I'm here for it. I'm like delicious.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm really excited to see where they go because I think both of those actors are gonna be really big, like I said, creature feature actors.
Have you heard the clip of him singing Sweeney Todd?
Yes.
It's gorgeous. And then also, I saw the one with
all of the Stranger Things cast can kind of sing.
Yeah.
Like you know,
I mean, Gaten and Jamie were on Broadway.
Yes.
So obviously they can sing. I heard that and I was like, wow, that was so
but then also,
pretty.
like, you know, Steve's actor. He's a big.
I didn't realize that song was his until like
really
last year. Yeah.
Oh no, I knew.
But I don't listen to
that's
never
true. You don't listen
to
to that kind of music.
Yeah. Like I do, but not like it. Just I never crossed paths with that one.
Yeah.
Do
no,
I don't know. I don't know what
I haven't listened to his full discography. I've only listened to that one song.
Yeah.
It's
a good song.
But that is like his biggest song right now, which is good for him. I also appreciate how he beat out a very large leading artist and then used his platform to you know, support certain causes that is correct in this political climate.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Yes. Period.
Immediately. This.
But yeah, I like that he used his platform to do that. I think that it's really good and it's very encouraging to see like that happening. And you know, I also think that like Robin, the actress that plays Robin, she is a nepo baby. It's so funny to like think about that. But she also has songs coming out, and
Finn does too.
Yeah, and Finn does too. Yeah, Mike. But yeah, I was like he released like an indie album, and then the actor that plays Lucas just does it for fun.
Yep.
But also, Sadie, she just recorded like a new song for a new movie that she was in.
Yeah. So it's really fun
I'm
to
like,
see.
Damn,
like
that's crazy. You know? And then obviously Millie Bobby Brown is a little busy being is a little busy being a mom. You know.
Yeah.
I also
good for her.
I know that like she's gotten a lot of like backlash about like the interviews that she does, and she's like, oh, my baby's crying, like, oh, that's her, like, you know, like her bringing her to set. A lot of people are like, why is she bringing her to set? And I'm like, bitch, she's a fucking mom. Like,
yeah, what are you gonna do? Leave the baby at home?
Yeah. And it's like I'm not gonna lie, like I've never felt this way, but I could only assume that once you have a child, you really love that child and you kind of want to take it with you. Like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't
and it's
know.
Also like,
I was like, I've never had that feeling about a child, but I've had that feeling towards a dog. So I feel like it's like similar in that sense.
Yeah.
But it's also like the idea of like, why are we criticizing her? She's like, she's a young mother, you know, and this is her first child. Like,
yeah.
I also think that it's dumb for the industry to. It's one of like the biggest hypocrisies within like any industry, honestly, is the idea of, oh, women, you need to become a mom. But like the moment that you show that you're a mom, it's bad. And you're like, that makes no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
And I do like how she's like very proud to be a mom.
Yeah, she's like, I love that's my baby. That. I also really love how, like, I saw a video of her like walking into a restaurant or something, and people, you know, paparazzi are getting in her face, and she's like, "Get away from me! That's my baby. You need to leave." And I'm like, "Yeah,
absolutely.
Literally.
Like you should like." Yeah.
And I love how they're not showing photos of her and like letting her, like, if she wants to be on social media, sure, but that's her choice. And they're like, no, like, this is my baby. And I really love how protective she is of her baby, because as she should be.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree. And I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, she's a young mom, just cut her some fucking slack. Like,
yeah.
It's also like, it was really interesting. I did end up watching the like the SNL episode where,
oh my god, I haven't
like,
seen
Finn
it yet. Is it good?
It's funny.
Okay.
I think there's some skits in there that I'm like, okay, that was really funny. But the opening, I'm gonna spoil a little bit for the opening, because he's like, yeah, it was really weird that all of you guys watched me grow up, but I'm a man now and I can drink alcohol. Please stop calling me a child. And I'm like, for sure.
That's fair.
That's so valid. Like, yeah. Like, these aren't kids anymore. Like, they are.
They're in their 20s.
I was like, technically, I think they're your age.
Yes, they are. They are all my age.
I was like, technically, I think they're your age.
Yeah,
so
I know Millie Bobby Brown's like 2 weeks older than me.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was like, they're young. Like, but they are adults now, and so it's like so interesting when like people are like, oh yeah, they're still kids. It's like, no, we're not kids anymore, you know? Yeah. So it was very interesting to see that. I thought it was kind of funny, because they did poke a lot of fun at Stranger Things, which I thought was funny.
That's always fun.
But you know, I just thought it was fun to do that. Also, like, you know, the actors do have like bigger things probably coming up soon because of this.
I know that all of them, we'll talk about it when we talk about the epilogue, but like, I know for a hot second they were all like, wow, like, what do we do? Like, we've literally been with this project almost our entire lives. So also,
it's funny to think about this is Nancy and Jonathan's characters.
Oh, I know.
The U.S. actors, they are together.
The U.S. actors?
Well, like, as in, like...
I know what you meant.
Because there are dub actors in other countries that have dubbed over Nancy and Jonathan that are actually also together. They got together. The stunt doubles got married. Mm-hmm. Like, I think
like they all kind of
it's kind of so funny that like most of the actors that played Nancy and Jonathan are actually together in real life and are like still together in real life.
I think that's
like,
very funny.
I love that. I'm like, okay.
I wonder if they met on set.
Most likely, yes.
That's what I'm guessing.
Like, I know that I thought that the actors that played Nancy and Jonathan, I thought they met on set.
That's what I thought. Interesting. Nice. But, well, good for them. I hope that they have a nice.
Yeah, I think it's funny that it's little tidbit.
Yeah.
That they all kind of like got together, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, that's fun. And speaking of Nancy and Jonathan, they honestly had probably one of my favorite scenes in season 5. I really liked the scene.
Yeah, I mean, I really did. I think that it is.
The scene we're talking about is them like in the
breakup scene.
The breakup scene. Thank you.
Yes.
I thought it was
breakup.
The proposal breakup. And
yeah, the proposal breakup.
I really just liked how it's suffocating. And it's like moments like that where I'm like, this is where Stranger Things shines, and we needed a little bit more of it this season.
I did think that they chose to do more action CGI scenes over character building and emotional impact dialogue.
Which, it is the end of the series, and you needed to see the big bad, so it makes sense. Mm-hmm. But that scene, I was like, wow,
I did like it.
This is good, and I
like that they were very open and honest with each other
for the first time, literally fucking ever.
Mm-hmm. And Steve points it out. Like, Steve in the beginning of the season, like, you know, tells Jonathan as they're bickering, you know, man, if you'd pay less attention to me and more attention to her, then maybe you guys would be less miserable.
Yeah.
Because, like, Steve openly says, like, both of you guys are miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
also
do love how he was like, Nancy Wheeler, will you not marry me?
Yeah,
and
will
then
you not marry me? I like how he's like, yeah, I was gonna do this because I thought this was gonna fix things.
yeah,
Like I thought that maybe if I did this, it would be okay.
yeah,
And it was never gonna be okay. But I liked that.
and I like how at the end they're friends. Like
Yeah, at the end they are friends.
Yeah, and I think they work well as friends.
Mm-hmm. I also think it was one of those things where when they were talking about it, the shared trauma, yes, brought them together, but I also feel like that's why they will only ever be friends.
Mm-hmm.
And only ever could have been friends.
Yeah.
Is because of that. And it's not necessarily the best in terms of like getting married to fix things. Like,
yeah, no, that's not how things work.
I'm glad that that he chose that it was written that they didn't get together at the end. Because personally, like I've been saying forever,
it happened. She didn't end up with anybody. They all ended up as friends, and I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, please. I was like, can't end up with either. No.
Yeah, and I do love the scene between Steve and Jonathan in the finale where they're just on the way there and they're talking and like they're like, no, like we broke up, and like kind of talking about it, and just like I don't like you. Like, you don't need to like me. That's too much. Like, yeah. I like that. And it's been really funny because I've seen multiple posts online. So, oh my gosh, this is the closest we've ever been for Jonathan and Steve being together. I'm like, that's really funny.
I first of all love that ship was going on. Love that the fandom was kind of like.
Well, I mean, we have seen the actors themselves are really funny. It's like, have you seen the one behind the scenes clip of them like on the thing, like doing? Yeah,
they're very gay together.
Very gay together. And I mean, like, we've seen. Oh god, this was probably season 2. Like because the kids were so young. But like, there's this clip of them in the elevator. Nancy walks out. Or like it's so Nancy's
for like the golden. I think it's like the Golden Globe opening.
Yeah. And like
where they go and they kiss each other.
And I was like, that's great. I was like, god damn, I love that. Good for you guys.
I thought it was a lot of fun that they still like Steve and Jonathan still stayed true to their characters of like not being friends, and well, like they are technically friends, but like as in like we don't have to like really like each other like that, you know?
Yeah. Yep. And yeah,
I thought there was a good ending for both
6
of
little
them.
nuggets.
Yeah, that's
the photo of Steve with the 6 little nuggets in the car.
Oh yeah, I thought that was funny.
Which I'm guessing is AI. We don't support that.
Well, yeah, obviously,
but
it's like
it's
Photoshop.
They
photoshopped nuggets into the back seat of a car with like little hats on them. Yeah, it's AI.
It's very funny. But I also, since we're kind of on the topic of Steve, him and Dustin, I feel like
I was gonna say, I was like,
play off each other so well, and just we've
Dustin
seen them like
and
be
Steve
goofy.
have my favorite scene in season 5.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I
think the scene
because they're fighting all season.
The fight scene, and then when they like make up is is like one of my favorite scenes in the show. Oh,
for sure. Like when Steve is about to go across on the ladder, and then like Dustin's like, no, like I can't lose you too, and he's like, finally, like,
yeah, and it's just there, and you're like, damn. I also like, I mean, let's like the fight. The fight was a lot because, you know, this is where you finally see like Dustin's character has really changed.
Yeah.
And has lost a lot of that innocence and has lost a lot of that friendship.
Yeah.
And, you know, we also see that Steve and Dustin have been struggling this entire time with their relationship. And the fact that was like, you know, the literal like breaking point of it.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see that because it was also like, we think of Dustin as such like a happy-go-lucky character all of the time, like bringing like oh, he's just the funny guy, like, you know, he's this, he's that, and then you see him in this season become just a little bit like haggard. Like you see him get worn down, you see like the world really like beat him down in this season, And, you see that he does dig at Steve a lot for his intelligence. And it's like, you're just dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you have to, like, he can't even solve a Rubik's Cube, and,
Valid, I can't solve a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, I can't either. But,
No,
like, I
God.
also like at the end, like, where Dustin is like, Rubik's Cube isn't actually a good test of intelligence.
Yeah.
I like that.
And it's fun to see their relationship
change,
because we haven't seen that really previously.
I like that, like, I did make a note. I did make a note. I like that in the fight that it was very obvious that it was technically about Eddie.
Oh, for
and
sure.
How Dustin was like, I just missed somebody that, like, supported me, thought that I was smart, encouraged me and to do this, and Eddie was so smart compared to you. And and Steve just, like, loses it, and it was cruel to say, but I also think that in the moment, I don't know what else Steve would have been able to say, because it's if Eddie was so smart, why am I the one here?
Yeah.
Because Steve's right. He was like, I told you guys not to do this. I told you guys to get out. But Eddie wanted to play the hero, and he made a dumb call, and he got himself killed for it.
Yeah.
And then when Dustin's like, well, he saved everybody, and Steve's like, he saved nobody. Like, that scene, like, that whole section, I was like, oh, my heart just sank when he said it. Because it's like this is the idea that Eddie saved everybody, the idea that Eddie was this martyr almost, was such a huge thing in Dustin's fragile world right now.
Yeah. And
the fact that Steve just sat there and shattered it all. I love that it escalated to that physical fight, because we do see, like, Dustin, constantly getting in physical fights now. And so I thought that it was just, like, for that moment to happen, and then, Steve through the whole thing is like, hey, stop it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do this, and it's like we can't be doing this, And I loved that, Dustin openly said, like, he's not perfect, and he knew that. Yeah. At least he fucking knew it, Steve. Where, like, it is, very much alluded to the fact that, like, Steve is like, oh yeah, I'm, like, the best guy ever, Steve has unbridled confidence, which good for him, but also, it is a big thing for Dustin. And so after, like, coming off of that scene, and then you see the reaction with the ladder of him just being like, hey man, like, that's not safe, please don't do it. And Steve's like, it's fine, I got it. And then Dustin being like, I can't do it again.
Yeah.
Like, because I felt for a while that Dustin probably felt like he lost both of them, even though Steve was there, because he isolated himself so much.
Yep.
Which is also why I don't think that we saw Susie. I know a lot of people are like, what happened to Susie? I also kind of agree.
So bad.
What the fuck happened to Susie?
Yeah, literally.
When did they break up?
We know that they broke up. We said in season 4.
Ashley says that they broke up end of season 4 because Dad took away the computer.
Yeah. It's in season 4 when they visit Susie.
I don't know if they, like, really broke up, because I thought she was just grounded for, like, 2 weeks.
No.
I don't know. I think that they broke up in between season 4 and season 5 because of Dustin's large change after Eddie.
Okay.
I think that I think that they broke up then because she couldn't necessarily understand what was going on because she wasn't there. Number one.
And also it's a very hard you can't really.
Yeah, it's a hard situation, but I also think that, like, the reason why they broke up is because Dustin isolated himself. I think Dustin caused that. I think Dustin, like, got into fights and, like, was not doing great and was not the
happy-go-lucky,
never-ending story little boy that she met. And so I think that that's when they broke up, after Eddie's death. But I love the tributes that Dustin gave to Eddie throughout the ending of the series.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, actually, before we do that, I want to talk about my other favorite scene. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I think that this scene was so good when Winona Ryder is talking to Will outside, and, you know, he's like, "Oh, I thought you quit," and she's like, "Quit what?" Loved the fact that she's like, "I'm not smoking. That's crazy."
Yeah.
But I loved that scene. I loved the scene where she was like, "I can't do it. I can't let you go." Like, she like holds the guilt of like, I am a bad mom. I've always been a bad mom. I've been negligent. I've ignored you. Like, who doesn't realize that their 11-year-old son is not there for 8 hours? And she says it multiple times. She was like, 8 hours. I didn't know for 8 hours because I can't, like, she openly says it. She's like, what kind of person am I?
Yeah, she's like, I came home from a long shift and I got drunk and I went to bed.
Yeah, like, I got drunk and I smoked cigarettes and watched reruns of fucking Cheers until I pass out. And I didn't even check on you. Like, it's one of those things where it's like that scene and seeing the heartbreak that she gives to that is one of my favorite scenes in season 5. Absolutely. I'm like, she is, first of all, amazing actress. Love her.
Oh, she's great. Yes.
Absolutely amazing. But, like, her in this season in particular. Also, I do kind of like the Hopper pointed out in the beginning about, like, well, if you would let Will participate, maybe Elle wouldn't have to do so much.
Yeah.
And, you know, how Hopper calls him out on, like, the way that she treats him. And, you know, we're also seeing pushback from Will being like, I'm old enough to do things, you know, but we're seeing her and her fear and the anxiety of, like, but what if it happens again? And you know, she feels really responsible for it.
Yeah.
8 hours, you know?
And it's like, obviously, if it happens again now, they all know everything. And
well, yeah, but it's also,
but it's still that anxiety of, like, I mean, 8 out, like, I can't imagine going through, like, waking up to your son missing and you don't, like, and you think he's dead and it's this whole, and then obviously all of this stuff unravels, but I can't even imagine what she went through. Yeah,
it's just like one of those things where I loved the scene. I thought she did an amazing job at it, and I thought that was a good thing to have there, so that at the end, I did like that she was the one that killed Vecna.
I thought
it was a lot more impactful.
And it's also, I did see it was behind the scenes, like, of where
either her or Will needed to do it.
Yeah. And I'm glad that, because Will helped, Elle helped, but I'm glad that it was her. And I do like how, because, like,
that none of the kids have to live with that guilt.
And I love how I saw behind the scenes where they were very careful in where they put the fuck word, and how she's like, you fucked with the wrong family, and then chopped his head off. But I actually really love, because this season to me was also very fan servicey and showing a lot of flashbacks and, like, very
and much.
I mean, it's the final season, but very, very fan servicey. The part where it really, really, really worked for me was that scene where it showed, like, each character watching it happen and seeing, like, all this, like, mixed emotions on everybody. Yeah. But then, like, flashing to what they were, like, thinking of, and it's like Eddie, like, Dustin was thinking of Eddie, and I love how it wasn't Eddie's death, but it was him being Eddie, being happy and, like, goofing off. And I love how it flashed it, and, like, Lucas was Max dying, and, like, how it just, like, showed all of these important things that happened to these characters throughout, you know, all of the events that they've lived through. And I love that's where the flashbacks and that really worked for me. I do like that. I did like the ending scene about it, and I like that she chopped his head off. I thought it was cool. It was a great scene. And then I do think the flashbacks worked there. Yeah. And then, you know, they leave, and Elle stays behind.
Yeah.
Which I knew was going to happen. I'm like, someone's going to have to. Like, I don't think it can continue if Elle is out with them.
Yeah.
I knew that.
I also agree.
Yeah. And so then I remember watching, and then I'm like, wow, like, this feels like a conclusion. Like, what are they going to have to do? Because then they just had the big conclusion. I remember thinking, I'm like, oh my God, and now they're going to have to go deal with the government. And that's going to be the ending? Really?
I do like the ending song.
I do like the ending song.
Ashley...
No, I like... No. I like the ending song, and I like how it transitions to the score. For that scene. Because I also am a very... Like, I love the reactions of the characters when Elle is staying behind.
Yeah.
I do. I love the... I love the reactions. And, oh my God, Hopper breaks my heart. Because... Yeah.
I like that there was, like, a little bit of a struggle, but then, like, at the end, it was very much stillness because it was the acceptance of, I trust you.
And that's why, like, I like how they were fighting during the song. Fighting to go get to her, and then the score came in, and they all, like... Yeah. That's what I really liked.
I kind of thought the conclusion scene with Mike and Elle was good. It was a little odd, but I think that the way that they write her dialogue is just fucking odd.
I agree with that. I think her dialogue was better than I thought it would be, but it, like, there's certain moments I'm like, oh, like, she's actually, like, talking and, like, carrying a conversation.
Yeah, in actual full fucking sentences.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, this is great.
Fucking piss out of me.
Oh, I know. But it ends and I'm like, okay, so she's gone and now we're gonna have to deal with the government and all this stuff. But and then it skips and
I liked that, like, you know, her thing was like, you were the only one that, you know, saw me and understood me, and I want you to make other people understand. Yep. And I'm really sorry, you know. Like it is just like that thing.
Yep. And I will say, I was watching with my fiance and we paused it and we looked and I'm like, what do you mean there's 45 minutes left of this episode? I was like, yeah. And then we watch, and then it's the epilogue, which...
Yeah, the epilogue was long.
It was long, but I will say, the epilogue was not the only time, but majority of the time for the longest time, where the show, in this season specifically, was showing us and not telling us what was happening. And... I noticed that shift, like, in season 4, it wasn't that bad, but, like, in season 5, and that's just how media is starting to evolve into, because people are on their phones, and people aren't, like, fully paying attention much anymore, and attention spans have gotten
so they're, like, repeating themselves so much.
Yeah, and it's, like, people just, because of social media and TikTok and stuff, like, attention spans are down, and so they're just telling us what's happening, and in the epilogue... It was very much showing, like, look, they're graduating. Hey, look, now they're going to go play D&D. And, like, hey, and, like, showing us where they were instead of telling us, like, oh, we're going to go play D&D. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was very much showing, and I really appreciated that part of the epilogue, where I was like, wow, this feels like the show again. You know, like, and that's what I really liked about it. And I like Dustin's
how the epilogue starts off with Robin in the radio station again.
Yeah.
And kind of, like, narrating, like, the start of it. I thought that was a really good opening. But I was like, I love Dustin's speech.
I love Dustin's speech. I love that he did what Eddie would have done.
Yeah, that he did do tribute to Eddie, and then, you know, obviously he is wearing a, like, Hellfire Lives shirt. Yeah. Like, under his robe.
I do love Lucas and Max just being cute.
I really think that like, that whole, like, interaction was so funny.
It was so funny.
These guys are so cute.
And yeah, it was just fun. And I'm like, it was fun to see the characters where they were. And I loved it. And I know you and I have talked about it, but this ending scenes for the characters, like when the older 4 were on the roof, and then the D&D crew, and I know it's been said, I know that we all know, like, those cheers were real, and like you said, like, it was a big improvised scene.
It was. But I like that they had that moment where the closure of Jonathan made it to his dream fucking school.
Yeah.
Jonathan got in, made it to his dream fucking school, even though he didn't apply to Emerson. Nancy, made it into school, and then realized that I'm fucking done with this shit. I just want to write.
Yeah.
Just want to be a journalist, and I just want to try it.
Because she was so, like, big into it, and then she went, hold on, like this.
But then also like she was so much in the idea of I need to still be a cookie cutter.
Mm-hmm.
And realizing she's not a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I really love that thing. And then I love that like Robin is also like living in the city, like going to school and studying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's very fitting that Steve is a teacher and is a coach.
Yeah. I like that it's a sex ed teacher too, and everyone's like, you?
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
A lot of coaches are either health or sex ed teachers as well.
Jesus Christ, my sex ed class was it's like burned into my brain. I don't know if I've told this story. I don't think I have.
I don't know.
I think I've told you.
Okay.
It was wild. I'll say it again. So I'm in 8th grade, and they didn't even separate it. Like men and women, like the boys and girls were in the same class. They separated us eventually, but like all the girls were sitting on one side, the boys were on the other, but like not far apart. Like they were like weird. In this room. You know what I mean? Like, and so it was run by, at least this class, like this period was run by the founders or owners of the school, who, mind you, are in their 70s. I know, it's weird. We had a different teacher. Like, it was for they started it and then it transitioned to somebody else, but they started it.
Did you pray first?
Probably. And she came over. No, I'm trying to say this is not like, I need to move this back in a second. Okay. She came over and she was like, you are all pretty girls. Someday a man's gonna come up to you and go, have sex with me. And I was like, all of us were trying so hard not to laugh and not to, oh my God, it was the hardest. Don't laugh, Ashley. And I mean, like, everybody, you just, like, the boys, the girls, were all like,
yeah.
Like, I have yet to have that happen, by the way. That was insane. But it's the only thing I remember from that class, because it was so...
I've never had anybody do that to me. Ever. And it was such and honestly, if somebody did that, I would laugh in their fucking face. I would laugh so fucking hard.
I would laugh
and be so like, hard. No. I'm so sorry. That was fucking hilarious.
So much.
That was crazy.
And then obviously I had to take care of the robotic child for like 24 hours. That was... Yeah. I had to do that. But, oh my God.
I was homeschooled, so I didn't do that shit.
Oh my gosh. I was actually so lucky with mine, because everybody else was waking up every like 20 minutes to an hour throughout the night to take care of the stupid crying robotic baby. And mine slept the entire night. It woke up at 6 a.m. and then was crying throughout all my classes, so I just didn't go to class that day.
Great. I love that. And I was like, even better.
I love this for me. And everyone went, why did you get that? I'm like, I don't know, man.
Luck of the draw, I guess.
Luck of the draw. My dad, oh my God, took me out to a restaurant when I had the baby thing. And you had to scan a bracelet to like, hey, the mother is here, because obviously, I don't know why you couldn't just, it's fine. You scanned it, and it would make a noise, and then you could feed it, change it, do whatever you needed to do.
Yeah.
Because of the music, didn't hear the chime that it did. And when I tell you, this robotic baby started screaming its head off because I was trying to scan it still, and I wasn't feeding it or whatever it needed at the time. Oh my God, the way I was literally sobbing in this restaurant. Everybody was staring at me. I'm in 8th grade. Staring at me. And I'm like, what do I do? It's not working. And so then eventually I was like, fine, I'm just going to try changing it or something. And it worked. And I was like, I was so mad. And then I got marked down. And I went...
Yeah, that's what parents feel all the time.
All the time.
Why the fuck are you crying right now?
Well, no,
and
it
I've
wasn't
done everything
the fact
else.
That it was crying. It was the fact that I kept trying to scan it for the chime and it wasn't working. And I was like, why is it not acknowledging that I'm here so I can make it stop crying? Like,
I don't know.
So
I mean, that's how babies are sometimes.
Oh my God.
Babies are crazy.
It was awful.
Yeah, I think that it's very fitting that Steve is doing that, and I think it's very fitting that Steve is still there, that Steve stays there.
I love how he was like, I'm teaching about the miracle of life and how not to create it accidentally.
Yeah, and how not to create it accidentally. But I also like how he's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna buy a house. Like I'm almost there. I'm gonna buy a house.
And that's on a coach's salary.
Yeah, and get married and have kids. And although there's one thing that I have to admit, I think me and Ashley acknowledged this, but it was super unrealistic that they're all gonna meet up once a month.
Oh my god, so unrealistic.
At Robin's weird uncle's house. I'm like, I'm so sorry, bitches. It is hard enough for me to see my friends. Like, no. I'm so sorry. But I did like how, like, they made the pact of, like, nothing's gonna hold us back. Like, projects, distance, relationships, kids. Like, we want to stay in each other's lives and we're gonna be together. And I really did enjoy that part. I did enjoy I thought it was just so funny because, once again, these fucking nerds. Like, at the end of, Dustin's speech, the girl comes up. The girl that he asked to dance at the snowball.
Oh, my God.
At the snowball was like, hey, you want to come to a party? And, like, Dustin, Will, and Lucas are like, yeah, let's go. And Mike's like, nah, let's go be fucking nerds. And I was like, you fucking nerds. It's fun. Once again, Mike is a fucking nerd.
Yeah,
and I love it. Nerds. But like, god damn.
And
it,
I do love the D&D scene at the end because I'm a sucker for emotional scenes where they're all like sobbing. But also, I love how they're playing and how Max is just like, "That's it. This is fucking stupid."
Yeah. This is so dumb. I can't believe it. Blah blah blah.
And like throwing stuff.
Yeah. And it's just like upset that like that's how the campaign ended.
Yeah.
But it's like valid girl. Sometimes it fucking happens and it's shitty.
Yeah. And I love how they're like, wait, we can summon the mage. And then like, they're like, what's the incantation? And they're like, how did we lose the, it was fun.
Yeah. I love that. And I did like how, I liked how Max was like, you're supposed to be this big storyteller and we just get peace and happiness and that's fucking it.
And I love how that's when it showed them in the future. Like, and how Will got a boyfriend. Dustin is studying and having the best time of his life in the library. And like,
once again, love the Eddie tribute.
The Eddie tribute.
Yeah, he has a bat tattoo.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. I was like, if you watch closely, he has a bat tattoo, like right where Eddie had his bat tattoo. And I was like,
oh my god.
I love it.
And I love how
once again,
also
love those small Eddie tributes.
How he was studying, but he still makes time for his friends, and he runs over, and it's Steve, and they have a camper, and they're gonna go, and I was like,
gonna go do that. Like, I love that.
Love that Lucas and Max are happy, and I do love how, and I do
that we got to see the movie. That was the big thing at like the end of season 4 is like they were gonna go see a movie together, and then they finally get to do that. Yeah, so
and I do love how
that's nice.
He tells the story of the mage and like in quotes what happened.
Yeah,
but it's the thinking. I personally think she's dead.
Yeah,
when we saw Collie's body,
for sure,
dead.
Yep.
So there's no, you know what I mean, and so but I love how you see him figuring it out with the scene with Hopper.
Yeah.
In the beginning before, because he runs away from graduation. He's like, I can't move on. Like, how am I supposed to move on? And Hopper is like, hey,
I did like that scene. It was a good scene.
I did. And Hopper's like, hey, I've been down that road. Like, because he was saying there's the road of like despair and like going down this like bad path. And he's like, and then you can go down like the path where you accept her choice and you move on because that's what she would want. And I do love how he's like, he has trouble talking about the bad path. And he's like, I've been down that road. And trust me, you don't want to go that way. Like, I loved that scene. And so, but also, like, if you look at Mike, you see him looking at, like, the microphones and stuff, and it flashing to the thing, and you see him piecing together the story that he's gonna tell.
Yeah, the amps. They're not microphone, they're amps.
Thank you, that's what I meant.
Or speakers, you can call them amps or speakers.
Thank you.
Either one would be acceptable, but neither of them are microphones.
Sorry.
Just to be super clear if anybody got lost there.
So the microphones. So the amps, and you see him piecing together the story he's going to tell. Yeah. And I do love how, like, they're all crying because this is a chapter of their life over. And it's obviously they're crying as the characters, but they're crying as the actors because this is the last scene they're doing. This is the last time they're doing this, and it's the tears and them putting away their binders.
I personally think that the story that Mike gives Elle is beautiful. I think
It's
that's
gorgeous.
I think it's a good ending. I think it's like the ending that Elle wanted, because you know, him telling the story was him making the choice to choose the other path.
Yeah.
To, you know, to do that. And you know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, she must still be alive, blah blah blah. It's no, he did what she wanted him to do.
Yeah.
Which was make everybody understand, be yourself, you know, and do that. And I think that was like a beautiful ending. And yeah, even though it was
a long ass epilogue,
I did like it. I thought that it was nice. You know, yes, of course there were plot holes everywhere, but what show doesn't have plot holes?
Exactly.
You know, like if you really like look at it, like there's no show that doesn't have any plot holes. But overall, yes, this season was definitely not my favorite season. I think that this season was like maybe a 5.
I was like 6.
Like, yeah, I was like, okay, like 5.5.
Because
6.
the moments when it was, because again, it was just telling good. and telling and telling and telling, but the moments when they had those emotional moments, and they had some of the most emotional, like, highest points in the show, like Dustin and Steve's fight. I loved Nancy and Jonathan's thing. I loved the scene with Vecna realizing, and like, also I was so happy he wasn't a redeemed villain. Oh my god.
Yeah, no,
I was so
like,
happy.
If they were gonna try to redeem him, I was scream.
So mad, because I literally thought that's what was gonna happen, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna redeem him, fuck. And then he did it, and he was like, no, we are one. And I went, yeah. I was so happy. But like, that scene is honestly one of my favorites in the show.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of people are like, oh, like what happened to all the, like the soldiers and like the lab and
the
stuff
government.
in the Upside Down? Yeah, they died. And everybody that was already in the Upside Down, like, so it's like unfortunately all the women that they were experimenting on, all like the base, everything, it was gone. It's fucking done. Like, and like, it's gone.
What's her name? General K or whatever.
Yeah.
She left because there's no point of her still being there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I felt like it wrapped up really well. Yes, I understand that it would be hard to move that much military and that much like resources out in 18 months, but like, I don't know, I feel like they could have. I feel like most of the resources if they were able to move in that quickly, they're able to move out that quickly. Exactly. You know what I mean?
And so it's like, I give the season a 6 because it had those high emotional moments when it gave itself the chance to have those emotional moments.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you think of the show overall? Now that it's over, you can give it a definitive.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the show overall for me is probably going to be like an 8. Like I would rewatch. Which I know is a really high for me.
I was like, that's high. I was going to give it like a 7.
Yeah, I would definitely rewatch it because I enjoyed it that much. But I don't think it's going to be a rewatch that I rewatch every year. I think it's going to be a rewatch that I watch like maybe
every couple years.
Once every like 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd want to see it how like
for me. Yeah, I would like to see how it ages, because I honestly think that the first 2 seasons and the 4th season are gonna age well. I don't know about the 3rd season. I don't know about the 6th season.
5th.
But whatever.
You said 6th. Don't encourage the 9th episode theory.
It's same, but different, you know? But it's also like the idea of, I would rewatch it, but it's not going to be like an every year or like every couple of years
to rewatch.
Yeah. Like,
and
it's not Hill House for me.
I love rewatching shows. Because I always, I know we've talked about it. I believe that rewatching, rereading, blah, blah, blah is very important. Because you catch so much more. Yeah. You're not taking in as much information. And so, like, I love rewatching shows.
There's only like 2 Netflix originals that I like rewatch often. So.
Wait, let me think. Do I know these shows?
Yeah, you should.
Netflix originals? BoJack?
Yeah. I was like, it's no secret. It's no secret that
great. We are going to be covering BoJack. That is both one of our favorite series.
It's going to get sad though.
It's going to get so sad. It's so political, and you all are going to love it.
Yeah.
God damn it! What's the second one? What's it start with?
You really don't know what my second show would be.
I'm thinking BoJack. Netflix. So Netflix came out with it?
Yeah. It only aired on Netflix.
Have I seen it?
Yeah.
I have?
Yeah.
Oh, Hill House.
Thank you. I was literally like, I literally just said it like 30 seconds ago. The fact that Ashley doesn't know is crazy to me.
Yes, so Val, I need to I have not seen Hill House in years. I need to rewatch it.
No, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely amazing.
And there's
so
like
good.
certain pieces of I say Hill House, Bly, Black Sails, and there's one more that I could think of. I'll think of it later. But they're stories that are like they're TV shows.
Yeah.
But it's more like a visual literature piece.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is I read that somewhere and I'm like, that is the best way to describe those shows, where it's like you're watching literature. It's not yes, it's a show, and technically every show is watching literature, but like instead of calling it like a TV show, it's like, no, it's like a visual literature thing. And I'm like, wow, what a great way to describe shows that are like that. And I think Hill House is definitely a part of that group.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a really interesting way to describe
Isn't that interesting? And I was like, I kind of love that.
I love that for you.
Interesting. But I do. I love Hill House. Yeah. We need to cover those too. We're going to cover a lot of shows now that we've opened up the door.
Yeah, but we're still going to do Zillow houses, which is
we're taking a break from shows. We're going to do some Zillow houses, so be ready for us to scream about how ugly carpet is and why would someone put that there.
Also, yeah, when you're staging a house, why was that the call? Like,
why is
you
there
want
so
somebody
much
to buy
gold?
that house, and that
the gold house. There was a house of gold that
is it still on the market?
I need to check because that was wild.
I'm sure that
we need to cover that.
I'm sure that it is because it was so fucking hideous. I'm absolutely sure that it is. It was just it was so bad.
It was so bad.
But you know, those things are coming soon. But honestly, I think that's kind of all that I had to say about Stranger Things. I did really like the series as a whole. I think it had a better ending than I expected it to be. I know that kind of sounds crazy, but
I agree.
I liked like the subtext, the little plots. Yes, it was extremely rushed. Yes, there was a lot of plot holes. Yes, it was not perfect, but I also think that's the point. Oh, that's crazy. Good for them. I hope they remodel that house.
It just sold.
I love that for them.
For $1,400,000.
Immediately.
The photos are still up, though.
First of all, that was a huge fucking house.
It's huge.
The property line was crazy.
And the outside was so pretty.
Outside was gorgeous. The inside was hideous.
So stay tuned.
It was really bad.
Stay tuned for Zillow houses, because this is what it's going to be. And it's if you kind of want to see our dynamic not really talking about media, and it's just kind of us hanging out, yelling, and like just, that's what this is going to be. So I'm really excited to kind of have that, share our dynamic with you even more.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun just to like, honestly, I'm just excited.
I was going to say relax, but it's not.
I'm just excited to hang out with you, Ashley, and to yell about houses.
I'm so excited. Fun.
That's what I'm excited for.
I am too.
And I hope everybody enjoys that, you know?
Yeah.
But I, like I was saying, I think that...
Sorry.
All in all, it was a good series.
It was a good,
Ashley, did you have any final thoughts about it?
No. Oh, I will say, Hopper's scene, like, trying to cope with, like, he shot Elle because it was the illusion. That was pretty good.
Yes.
That was pretty good. That was
a good one.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. 7 out of 10. I really liked the show. I think it was very good. Like you said, it's not high on my rewatch list. I will rewatch it at some point.
Yeah,
not high on my rewatch list.
Overall, think that it was a pretty good show. Yeah. Overall, I thought it was a good show.
I did,
but I don't think that it was going to be on my large rewatch list in the future.
Yeah, but. Yeah, if you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. Hit all of the buttons. It really does help us out. And we also have an email list now. And so if you guys want some behind the scenes, some Q&As, polls for what we're going to watch and review.
Watch and read and review and do all of those things. Those are part of our email list.
Yeah, and we also have a Buy Me a Coffee. If you guys would like to support us in any way, shape, or form, we really appreciate it.
We really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. And I think the last thing that we have to say to you is...
What did the void say to you?